Hello, I'm John Perry, and I'm joined by Representative Jim Runestad. Representative, good to see you.
Good to see you, John.
A lot of things to talk about today. Pension forfeiture. Of course, we've heard a long litany in recent years of public employees who have been charged and sentenced. You've had legislation dealing with their pensions that has now been signed by the governor. We've talked about it in the past, but refresh our memories. What does the now law do?
Yeah, it was a very popular bill because it went through almost completely unanimous through the whole process, was just signed, I believe, yesterday by the governor. And what was occurring is that people who stole money from the public coffers, like the 13 principals down in Detroit Public Schools, they were able to do that and most of the time never lose their pensions. There was a law in the books, but it was permissive, said you may forfeit their pension by the judge. We couldn't even find an example of it ever happening. So this says that they will. If they are going to be committing a felony, theft or bribery, then they're going to lose their pensions. On top of that, there was no provision to take the employer's match. So an employer matches the employee with public dollars, and they were able to keep that. This says that if they're committing felony theft or bribery, they're going to lose the match too. So it is something that really we believe is going to curtail a lot of the theft out there. These people that thought, well, I could steal a little, maybe I'll cut a bargain, I still get all of my pension and everything, I'll just retire and go happily off into the sunset. They're going to find that they do not have any money. So we think it'll be a big inducement to stop that kind of behavior.
There has been a lot of work going on in committee in the Michigan House. You're a member of the House Local Government Committee. You heard testimony over the last couple of 3 weeks on sanctuary city, sanctuary community legislation, which has now been reported out of the committee just yesterday to the full House.
Yes, it was a real circus. We had overflow crowds with hyperbolic language that had nothing to do whatsoever with the bill. I never heard so many crazy, off-the-charts comments in a committee. But the essence of it is that when a city like Ann Arbor or Detroit says that they're not going to fulfill their responsibilities to the feds by law, that when they have a detainer, they're supposed to hold that illegal alien for ICE to be able to pick up, and they're not doing it, then they're going to be personally held responsible, these elected officials, for that kind of behavior. So we think that that's going to bring them into line to stop disobeying the law and start cooperating with keeping these people who are not just here illegally, but committing a crime, sometimes horrific, egregious crimes, and they don't hold them, release them into the society. So it's overwhelmingly popular among the people, and we just passed it out of committee. I think it'll pass out of the House with no problem.
And of course, this is legislation you yourself have worked on.
Yes, in fact, I had the bill last term. I had it ready to go myself this term, and Pam Hornberger got in one step ahead of me, but I was her first co-sponsor. So yeah, I really strongly support this bill.
Shared parenting. Now, that's another topic you and I have talked about in the past. Where does that stand right now?
Well, we've taken literally months of testimony and listened to experts from all over the country, peer-reviewed studies that overwhelmingly say that having shared parenting, having both parents, if there's a divorce, the child having access to both parents, very much like it was when they were married, I mean, when they had access to both parents. Currently, in the vast majority of cases, I believe it's 80-something%, one of the parents is carved out of the life of the children by the court system. So this bill simply says that the starting point is substantially equal time as a presumption. The presumption could be undone by domestic violence, distance, or if one of the parents doesn't want the children that often. But the starting point for two caring, loving, fit parents is substantially equal time. And I believe we'll be passing that out of committee next week. Overwhelming support, state by state. It runs 70+% in support of this concept.
Okay. Representative, good talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'm John Perry. Thank you for joining us.